Another day, another date with some random dude I met online. People often ask me how I remain so optimistic when my life is such a train wreck. In case you're new here, I'm recently back in the dating world after ending a 17-year relationship.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
I like to think that just because I crashed one train doesn't mean I'm done for.
Girl, go out. What do you have to lose? It's for the plot. I can't do it, friends. I cannot go out with a 25-year-old man. I am 46.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Give me the sit rep. Today, guys, we have an episode of Single Mothers. They're back at it again, guys. They're trying to date. So let's see a couple of their stories, shall we?
Another day, another date with some random dude I met online. People often ask me how I remain so optimistic when my life is such a train wreck. In case you're new here, I'm recently back in the dating world after ending a 17-year relationship. Anyways, I like to think that just because I crashed one train doesn't mean I'm done for. Since my train wreck, I have read lots of books and listened to lots of podcasts on how to not crash trains. If you take the time to learn why you crashed the last one, hopefully the odds of crashing again have been significantly reduced. I'm still alive, healthy, my friends and family are good, no passengers were injured. So if I'm alive and well, there's no reason why I can't just go board another train. If my analogy
Alright. All good, all butterflies and rainbows. Let's just go back to this.
Another day, another date with some random dude I met online.
Alright, now, after all these podcasts, after all the learning, gentlemen, we're going out to meet with a stranger on a random date. It's just, imagine you're a parent and your kid is walking out of the house and you ask him, hey, where are you going? And your kid replies back, I'm just going on this random date with a stranger I just met online. Does that spark confidence, gentlemen? Would you feel relaxed knowing your kid is doing this? Madam, after so many podcasts, and you end up doing the same thing all over again.
Other train. If my analogy sucks by crashing trains, I mean failing at life. However, nothing is a failure, only a lesson if you take the time to learn from it, and that is why I am optimistic, because I have learned a lot. And with all my new knowledge, I feel confident that no one will f with me ever again.
Alright guys, before we move on to our next victim, just to let you know, now I don't know this woman's particular case, it could be anything. But if you are dating a person who left a relationship, just ask him, how long it's been after he broke up that he got back to dating, right? You have to know that information, guys, because you cannot believe the amount of women I've seen leaving long relationships, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 7. This woman, what did she mention, 14 or something like this? And they go back to dating in like 1 day, or I've even seen the same day that they break up, they're already kissing another man. It's a massive red flag. So if you're dating someone who you know is divorced or he has been in a previous relationship, just get to know how much time has passed. Because if from the breakup until that person dating again, the time that has passed are 2 days, just know that it will be the same for you, alright? Like, just keep in mind that no matter at what point in that relationship you are, if anything goes wrong, in 2 days' time, the other person could be with someone else.
With me ever again.
So I've been getting a ton of videos on my For You page or on my Explore page that are from mostly men, some women, giving us all dating advice, like what we should do, how to live a tough life, how to get any man to want you, all these good, great videos to teach us to find someone. And all that I gather from these videos is that you're supposed to not be yourself. Don't talk with a raspy voice like me. You're supposed to talk very high-pitched. You're supposed to talk very slow. Girl, you better walk slow. Don't tell anybody about any past trauma you've been through. Don't talk about work, especially if it wasn't good. Don't be yourself. If you do this, you will have every man that you want.
Guys, who said that? This must be a woman saying that. There's no man out there that has said the words, if you're a woman and you go on a date, you have to talk in a high-pitched voice. Who the hell says that? Or who the hell has a problem with that? In fact, from what I've seen, men are more annoyed by this high-pitched, beachy voice, if I may say. So again, guys, the woman following the advice of other women in regards to dating is the worst thing. Just such a bad advice. Look, it boils down to two things. Be attractive. The more the better, but men are not really, demanding about it. You don't have to be Scarlett Johansson. Just, be decent, attractive. The more the better. And have a nice personality. Again, the more the better. But you don't have to be Jesus Christ. Just have a decent personality that you will want other people to have. And from my experience, leave me your comments down below, guys. But from what I've seen, what men most value out of women's personalities is first, respect, and second, patience. So respect towards the man. Don't insult him, don't shout at him, treat him with respect. It's absolutely disrespectful when some women treat their bosses with more respect than their husbands. It shouldn't be this way. They treat the coffee barista with more respect than their husbands. And second, patience. Just if women can control their emotions better, if they cannot get to yelling or shouting, or if they don't make problems out of thin air, if they are a little more patient with their husbands forgetting stuff or whatever. This is from what I've seen. Again, you don't have to be Teresa of Calcutta. You just have to, the more you control yourself, the more men will like you. And it's those two things, guys. Like, no man ever cares about how you walk, with what foot you step first, your voice or whatever not. This is bullcrap advice that comes from women that have to compensate because they have a shitty personality, and they have to compensate it by regulating their voice or whatever not.
Everyone will be coming for you. This is how you attract a man. This is how you attract a soft life. This, my friends, is how you get in relationships that you're miserable in. This, my friends, is how you get in marriages that end in divorce. People should authentically be themselves.
Again, guys, there's just no divorce that has ever happened. I'm sorry if you could hear that. There's no divorce that has ever happened because a man has said, when we first met, your voice was high-pitched, but now it's not. I think I can't go through this. What the hell, man? Men don't care about all that nonsense. Again, it's really simple. These women, guys, out here are making it look like it's quantum physics. Like it's rocket science. We have all these lists of 500 things we want from women. Have you noticed women talking about body positivity? And they say things like, men are so demanding, we have to have the perfect body, it's just impossible, there's so many demands. No man ever follows these model requisites. It's women who are critical of their own bodies and of other women's bodies. It's these women, not newspapers, but like books and whatever not, that talk about magazines, talk about the perfect female form and nature. And like on page 5 you have how to have the perfect body and lose weight, and then on page 10 you have how to make the best chocolate cake, something like this. These magazines, it's women, guys, who criticize women for their bodies. And again, it's women who criticize women for, you have to be perfect, you have to do this, you have to do that. Men don't care that much. The men care about the essentials. I mean, Chad may care about the superficial stuff, but not men.
Shouldn't relationships be about building intimacy, real intimacy? And the only way in my mind to do that is to be authentically myself, so that I can meet my match, so that my match can actually find me. Because I do believe that that's how it should go. Which, let me put this out there, I've been single a long time, so I'm not saying take my word or take my advice, because clearly it hasn't been working for me. But in a way it has, because I'm genuinely happy.
Oh, I actually feel grateful that you mentioned that. This is literally the first woman on the channel that has said, no, but don't take my advice because I've been single, so I don't know crap. Most women, guys, they'll be out there giving this life-changing advice, this wisdom, you know, yet they've been single for the last 20 years. Just keep increasing their dating history fails. But this woman at least realizes, of course, it's a red flag that she's, you know, of this age and is still single. What I think this woman has been doing is dating the bad boys that only care about her body. That is why she thinks that everything has to be perfect, and, you know, she has to focus on these superficial things as the way she walks or talks. But men who want you for something more, they're not gonna care about that. So I don't think you've been dealing with those sort of men for a long time. I don't think you've been giving them the chance. You might as well check your DMs. There's probably some guys interested in you.
I'm genuinely happy, and I get to choose when and who I associate myself with. And I also get to leave when I feel it's not living up to my standards, or it's not fulfilling the needs that I have for myself, or that I don't feel that I am fulfilling the needs that I want to fulfill for someone who is my partner. So all I'm saying is, ladies, gentlemen, do you, be you. I believe there is someone out there.
Before she continues, guys, sorry to pause it here mid-sentence, but she mentioned something about leaving a few seconds ago. She said, oh, when I see that men are not what I need, I leave. Now, again, not talking about this woman, but in general, a lot of women, guys, they leave after they've spread their legs. So, you know, they show up, the guy doesn't care about them, they have S3X, and then the guy forgets about them and they say, oh, I'm gonna leave. You know, I'm gonna take my decency and I'm gonna leave. No. There's no decency that you'll take. You've already given that man what he wanted, and now you're leaving. So again, you're doing him another favor. It's like, not only does Chad get to sleep with these women, but he also doesn't have the pain in the neck that, you know, later they expect another date, or why are you not talking about me, the what are we conversation, you know. So a lot of these women, guys, that they, you know, they give the damn it, guys, I wish I could talk. They give the milk for free, and then they say, okay, I'm gonna take my cow, I'm not gonna sell it, I'm gonna take it. All right, madam.
For us all. The problem is we don't even know who we are, and then we follow all these crazy rules, and we get in situationships that God didn't design for us.
Girl, go out. What do you have to lose? It's for the plot. I can't do it, friends. I cannot go out with a 25-year-old man. I am 46. And let me just tell you the text exchange we just had. I texted him back and said, okay, fine. I'd be happy to go out to dinner with you to get to know you better. And he asked me, what day am I available this week? And I said, I'm available Wednesday. Just let me know the time and the place. And that's where it all went wrong. Wrong. This sweet boy sends me a text message saying, meet at 7:30 p.m. at this restaurant in Uptown Charlotte. I live in South Charlotte on a farm. It's an hour drive to Uptown Charlotte on a school.
Okay, that might be a problem, I guess. But isn't the bigger problem the fact that you could be his mother, for example? Like, what is this woman expecting to happen with this guy? I mean, is it only a hookup? Because if it is, I understand it, because that's clearly what the guy is after. I don't see this man in his early 20s wanting to marry a 46-year-old single mother that lives far away. I mean, the guy's probably still in university, man. He's probably still living with his parents. Anyways, guys, I don't understand what this woman is after, but let's find out.
School night. And here's where the age problem happens. I met him at the gas station down the street from my house. I thought he was local. And you want me to meet you for dinner at 7:30 p.m.? An hour away in the city? When I gotta get up the next morning at 5:30, 6 o'clock and take my kids to school? No. That's not the life for me. So I texted him back and said, listen, friend, I'm used to meeting men for dinner at 6:30 at the latest here in my town, and that I can do. Can we please come to a compromise, and we will see what he says. I mean, maybe a Friday or a Saturday night, but not a school night. And the fact that I'm saying school night shows me. But the best part is when I said, okay, fine, I'll meet you for dinner, he replied, starting off the text message with, bet, bet, bet. That's what my kids say. That's what my kids say. I need an old man, okay? Like one that can go out Friday night, maybe Saturday night, but we're spending Sunday recovering. That's called pajama day. That's the life I live. He just messaged me back, and I think somebody's feeding this boy lines because he's doing a great job. Damn it. He said, no problem. How about this Japanese steakhouse in your town at 6:30 p.m.? So it looks like I'm going out to dinner with a 25-year-old man. And I will have a lovely story to tell you all. I'm doing God's work. That's right. I'm doing God's work.
He's doing God's work, apparently, guys. We'll end the video here. Just as a last note, I wanted to bring back... I mean, this woman's story is just, I know, a little... it seems like a humor skit or a joke that we don't know the ending of. It's definitely a joke. But what I'd like to comment on is that she met this guy at a gas station, right? And I've always mentioned, guys, there is no reason for women being on dating apps. Like, the only women that are allowed by my grace to be on dating apps are women over 40 who are widows, or maybe their husband cheated or something like this. Like, the only scenario. Women, especially who are younger and are in their peak years, the only reason they are on dating apps is for the hookups. You can't get a girlfriend from there. Trust me, guys. You'd have more success just getting blindfolded and walking in a random direction, and then you take it off, and the first woman you see, you marry her. There is a higher success rate with that than finding a decent person to have a relationship with on dating apps. So, woman, guys, just as this woman, she goes out to the gas station, all right, to buy some oil for her car. And in that process, this man comes around, you know, he talks with her, he's interested, and it just happens. Now, this man, of course, is only interested in the thing you know, but my point is here that women get hit on when they go to high school, when they go to university, when they go to work, at the lunch break, you know, getting back from work, when they go out to throw the trash, they get hit on. When they are at the supermarket, they get hit on, all right? So, women who really want a serious partner, apart from all the men that hit on them, you know, strangers, they have like another bunch of dudes on their DMs, friends, neighbors, colleagues, you know, just all hitting on them. There's no reason for a woman to be on dating apps. Like, dating apps are supposed to be for people who cannot find someone, and so they have to look for the internet. But women, guys, they can always find someone, especially in this day and age. Men are just sprinkled around at hand distance in all directions. So the only reason why women are on dating apps is to get more attention and more validation, which are both superficial things that you don't need in your future girlfriend or wife. But what do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts down below, and I'll be happy to see you next time. And Ampu will also be happy to see you next time. Guys, now this is not really important, but if you feel like wasting 1 more minute of your life, let me walk through this woman's expressions as I was just about to make the thumbnail. But look at this, man. Why are women so expressive and emotional? So we have her right here. Then look at this. Now she's surprised, you know, or a little angry. Now, wow, here she is way more angrier. Now here she's, you know, even more angrier. Here she is just, nah, man, like, why did you do this to me? Then here she's happy. Then, oh, getting on my nerves. Look, here she's confused, really confused. Here she's happy again. Like, so many expressions, eyebrows, mouth, nose, just everything moving, showing emotions. Guys, when I talk, I don't know about you, but when I talk, I am dead serious. I'm just like my character. My mouth moves and my expression stays the same, just dead serious. And eventually I throw in like a smirk or something, you know. But these women, guys, when I make the TikTok, it's really entertaining because they make like 100 faces in 1 minute videos. But yeah, that's it. Not really important, guys. Let me know about you. Are you expressive? And I'll see you next time now, for real.